Hi guys, Y here, Shenanigans with the Burgs. Hope you're all doing good. I want to thank you for coming by and watching my video. And oh my gosh, yeah, I had to write down all the things I wanted to talk about because there's so much. So tomorrow, actually by the time you see this, it'll be today, is 1 year post-surgery for me. 1 year. And how has that year gone? I thought I'd give y'all an update, just a compilation of the whole year. And I can tell you that it's not been an easy year. It's not been easy at all. I have had my share of challenges, somewhat related to the weight loss surgery, but not all related to the weight loss surgery. So, yeah, I guess it's very common for people who have weight loss surgery to battle with kidney stones. So I was diagnosed in October with medullary sponge kidney, which is makes it difficult to find the stones to remove them when they go up in. I had 3 surgeries. I had 2 in March and 1 in August because I had some life-threatening kidney stones that were causing me to, if I didn't fix it right away, I would go into renal failure. So there's that. I did have 3 surgeries. So December 12th of 2023, I had the RNY Gastric Bypass. And then in March, I got really sick and ended up in the emergency room. And then they took me by ambulance from one hospital to another because there is a hospital in the area that specializes in urology, and had a surgery that night. 6 days later, I had another surgery to go in and remove, blast all the stones. And then it happened again. I was at Disney in July with Crafty Chef Diamond. We went to a crafting, actually it was a scrapbook retreat, but we diamond painted while we were there. We also did other stuff. We did just diamond paint. We had a good time. But I was like, I knew something was wrong. Like I was in a lot of pain, and got home, went to the emergency urology clinic, and sure enough, they were like, you need surgery today. So yeah, it's been quite a time. So while we were at Disney in July, I was really sad because I wasn't able to eat anything. Like, I'm still only eating very small amounts of food. So it was kind of sad because I'm a foodie. I've always been a foodie, and I want to try all the things. And it was difficult while we were at Disney because I couldn't try all the things. And of course, you spend all that money and then you just leave it on the table because you can't take it back. I mean, there's just nothing. You're not going to walk around the park with it. So yeah, that was disappointing. It saved me a lot of money. But it was disappointing because I really wanted to try all the things. So my intention was to retire at the end of this year, and I hired somebody July of last year to groom her. It takes a full year to get somebody to acclimated well to the job, and she didn't work out. So in April, I had to go back to work full time. So I did, offer to stay for a little while longer and help them train somebody. But yeah, I'm back to work. And so that makes the eating and drinking a little more difficult because I'm very busy at work. So over the last year, my body has changed sizes so many times. So let me tell you, Temu, Shine, and thrift stores were my friend. Because you got to have clothes to wear, right? So a lot of Temu orders were coming in, and Shine or Sheen, I don't know how you pronounce it, Shein, has pretty decent clothes for really cheap. And then thrift stores, oh my goodness, I love some thrift stores. You can get some really good deals for shirts and pants, and yeah, that is what truly got me through. I've been at the size I'm at now for a little while now, so I'm hoping that maybe I'm done. I don't know. I'm getting like bony, and I just think that it's time for the weight loss to stop, but yet I'm still unable to eat. So what were some non-scale victories that I had this year? One is I can wear my wedding ring. It is too big, and I do have a spacer in here. I want to make sure I'm at where I'm going to stay before I go and have it resized, but I'm able to wear my wedding ring. I am running again. Oh my gosh. I thought my running career was over when I got in that car accident. Let me backtrack for those of you who don't know my story. Okay, so in October of I've always been a plus size runner. I've been running since 2018. And, always been a 300-pound runner. In October of 22, I got in a car accident and it hurt my back. And the doctor said, I can fix this, but I can't do it right now because you're too fat. I was like floored. What am I supposed to do? I said, I can't even do laundry or stand to do dishes. And he's like, I don't want you to do those things. I was like, well, then what am I supposed to do? And so he said I needed to lose a considerable amount of weight. He said, and then the plus side to that was if you lose a considerable amount of weight, you might not need the surgery, because the human body is amazing, you guys. It's amazing the way it will heal itself in the way that it's supposed to. Mine just wasn't. And so I said, well, what am I supposed to do? And he said, that is a question for your primary care and a bariatric surgeon. And I was like, oh my God, you're telling me I have to have weight loss surgery in order for you to fix me? And he said, if that's what you choose to do. So I left there. I was very discouraged and very upset. And so husband and I, we talked about it, and he just was not on board with that at all. And so we went and had a consult with a bariatric surgeon, and it was a woman, and she was amazing. And we left there with a much better sense of maybe this is the route to go. So in order for insurance to even consider paying for such a surgery, you have to go through this whole weight loss clinic program. So my highest weight was 289 pounds. That was at consult. We'll get more on that later. But so I went through this whole program, and I started in March or April, and I didn't get to have surgery until December. So it's a long program, and it is, if you follow the program, it is so beneficial. They teach you all of the things that you need to know to get through surgery and after. And I'm telling you, it is, I would recommend the program. So my, at that point, the doctor at that point, the back surgeon said, and if I fix your back, you'll never run again. And I was like, that's a scary thought, because running is what I do now. I gave up smoking, and I had a heart attack in 2016, and running is what I do now. That's what that our life revolved around running. So that prompted us to go see the bariatric surgeon. So non-scale victories, I'm running again. I ran my bucket list run in October this year, and that was the International Half Marathon. You start in the city of Detroit, you go across the Ambassador Bridge, you run through Canada down the side of the river, and then you come back into the States through the tunnel to Detroit. Yeah, it was my bucket list run, and I had a PR by like 48 minutes. Like, I ran that 48 minutes faster than the last half marathon that I did. So I am so excited to be running again. Another non-scale victory was on the way to run this said race in Detroit. I did not have to ask for a seatbelt extender on the plane. Okay, that might seem like something stupid, but it's really embarrassing when you're on the plane and you have to say, the seatbelt won't click. Can you get me an extender? I mean, that's really embarrassing, but I do not need a seatbelt extender. Since losing the weight, my back has corrected itself. My orthopedic doctor said, surgery is no longer on the table for you. And I was like, that is so exciting. So I lose all this weight so that I can have surgery and I don't need it anymore. How amazing is that? So yeah, another stupid non-scale victory is I can share the chair with the dog. So the dog always laid next to my husband in the chair because he had room and I took up the whole chair. So now I don't, and he can come and lay in the chair with me. And that is wonderful. It's just wonderful. I don't have any trouble tying my shoes. I used to have to like sit on the bed and wrench my foot up and, you know, tie my shoe while my foot was laying on the bed. And, you know, it was just such a problem. And now I can just bend down and tie my shoes. And I have better balance. Like when I was heavy trying to get my clothes on, I would bounce around because, you know, I didn't have any balance. Or I would lean against a wall, you know, to put my pants on. Well, now I can just stand in the middle of the room, put my pants on. It's like, okay, that's probably TMI, right? Anyways, it's been 12 months and I still don't have much of an appetite. I don't get those hunger feelings like you used to get. I just don't have an appetite, and I still can only eat very little. But I'm comfortable, and you know, everybody says as long as you're getting enough nutrition, you're doing good. So what I do when I got out of surgery, we went and we bought these plates. And protein is the main thing that you're supposed to have. Protein. And you always start with your protein. And you don't eat these unless you have room left after you eat your protein. So the plate is really small, about the size of my face. It's a small size plate, and it does say on it, you can do it. Good control starts with my plate. Eat healthy, eat well, and remember, stop when you're full. So this has been a godsend. My husband, he just loves this because he knows that I can have my protein here, and then green is for vegetables, and this pink is for high fiber or starchy foods, which I don't eat much of. So, and then I have this bariatric bowl, and it has the measurements of the side. So if we have like a soup or a stew or a chili, I know exactly how much I ate. The other thing that I bought were these little silverwares. They are listed on Amazon as toddler forks, so they're smaller. So you're putting a smaller bite into your mouth. And these spoons just happen to be part of our Disney utensil set, but they're very small, very small. So I use these when I eat, and I measure everything. So what do I eat in a day? First of all, I measure everything either this way or by weight or by the labels. And I track everything I eat in a day in an app on my phone called Berrytastic. And it will keep track of your carbs, your sugar, your everything. So what do I eat in a day? First thing in the morning, I have my coffee. Yes, they tell you not to drink through a straw, but I drink through a straw. But this coffee actually has 2 Splendas, half and half, about 3 tablespoons of half and half, a quarter of a bottle of this Core Power. It is Core Power. It's fueled by Fairlife, and it has 26 grams of protein. So I interchange. So I use about a quarter of a bottle. I interchange every day. I drink one of these a day, and it's throughout the day. So I interchange. Like today I had chocolate, tomorrow I'll have vanilla, then I have chocolate, then I have vanilla. So when I'm making my coffee, I take my medicine with the milk, and then I put 2 Splenda 1 capful of Miralax. I buy the off-brand called Clearlax and then fill it with the coffee, stir it up with the straw, and then I put half and half and core power in it. That is my breakfast. I've never really been a breakfast eater in any way, shape, or form. Even as a child, I've just never been a breakfast eater. So I get my medicines, I get my Miralax. I have to take this every day because I eat mostly protein, and that can be constipating. So I drink Miralax every morning in my coffee. And then that starts my day with my bottle of whichever flavor. I keep it in the refrigerator. It's better cold. It is shelf stable, so it is lactose free. So it's shelf stable and it can stay out of the refrigerator. So I keep one of each in the refrigerator, and I just replace with the one that I have that day. And then for lunch, and that starts this, and that can be, I can drink it all day long. So that is 26 grams of protein just from drinking this bottle of milk. For lunch, I will make a sandwich. I use what we call here 647 bread, is keto bread. I'll make a sandwich. I'll eat a quarter of it, so that sandwich will last me a few days. It's usually turkey and cheese. It is on the 647 bread or a low carb wrap. And that is lunch. For dinner, again, we use the plate. It's 2 to 4 ounces of protein. Fish, dark meat, chicken, or steak are the 3 that I can tolerate really well. 2 tablespoons of carbs, which is going to be a rice, a pasta, potato, something like that. But 1 to 2 tablespoons is all. And then a vegetable. Usually it's broccoli for me because I can tolerate it well. 1 to 2 tablespoons of broccoli, which is actually like one small, we call it trees, one small tree, or one medium tree. And I cut it up because you have to take small bites. And then at every meal, every dinner, not every meal, but at every dinner, I finish my dinner with 2 ounces of cottage cheese with either canned fruit, canned in juice, or tomatoes. I do that because once you have had bariatric surgery, you can't eat for 30 minutes before, you can't drink for 30 minutes before a meal and 30 minutes after a meal. So sometimes it's hard for the food to go down. So the cottage cheese is kind of wet and it helps the food move down. And that works for me. Everybody else has their own system or whatever they do that works for them. But that's what I do. I can only do dark meat chicken right now. Light meat chicken still gets stuck right about here. I mean, it just won't go down. One of my favorite things is steak. I love steak. Oh, I could do pot roast too, but we don't do that very often. And salmon. I love salmon, and I can eat probably 4 ounces of salmon. Yes. Okay, so for snacks in a day, fresh fruit. Every night before I go to bed, I have a small bowl of fresh fruit. And by fresh fruit, I mean melons. So it's watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, grapes, and oranges. That's every night like clockwork. If I get the munchies during the day, which isn't very often, we always have a bag of pork rinds up in the cupboard. I have a bag of pork rinds at work because they are low carb and they satisfy that, munchy crunch. And popcorn. I do the Boom Chicka, just sea salt popcorn. You're not supposed to have popcorn, but it is my guilty pleasure. I love some popcorn, so I eat popcorn, but I don't eat it often. So, I used to eat it all the time, but I don't eat it much now at all. But no butter. And then for drinks, water. Of course, I drink my 12 ounces of coffee. I love coffee. Oh, but speaking of coffee, right out of surgery, I could not drink coffee. Oh my God, it was the worst thing in the world. I hated it. I want to say I was 6 months out or something before I could drink coffee. And that bothered me that first 6 months because I am a coffee snob, guys. I love good coffee. Not just, I don't drink it because of the caffeine, because that doesn't do anything for me. I just love the taste of coffee. And I love that morning routine of going downstairs and getting the coffee pot ready and taking my medicine. And, it was a routine thing. And I was missing that. I was really missing that. So, so I'm very happy that I'm able to drink my coffee again. So, I do try to get between 60 and 80 ounces of water. It's really, really difficult because you can't drink anything for 30 minutes before a meal and 30 minutes after a meal. And my stomach is the size of an egg and I can't guzzle water like I used to. So I fail at that miserably every day, which is part of the reason why I'm having the kidney stone issue. I try and try, especially at work. I get busy and that bottle of water doesn't get touched all day. Like it drink your water. Everybody drink your water. It is so important. But I do from time to time, if we eat tacos for dinner, which is another thing that I can tolerate. I love tacos. And they have 0 carb taco wraps. Oh my gosh, they're amazing. They're made by Mission and they are amazing. The other thing that I can do is just eat taco meat with all of the stuff on it, with no shell. So, but when I eat tacos, I have to have Pepsi, and I have to have a real sugar Pepsi. Okay, I say that I buy the little 6-ounce cans, the little teeny tiny ones, and I will pour that into a full 20-ounce glass of ice, so it's really watered down by the time I get it, but I still don't drink but a quarter of it. Anyways, that's water. This also counts as liquid. You can count this as water. So if this is 14 ounces, I'm supposed to be drinking like 5 of these a day. Yeah, not quite there yet. I'm working on it. I do drink more water when we run. Actually, I don't drink as much water when we run as I used to. I really need to hydrate better. I really do need to hydrate better. But the hydrating liquids that I can purchase are amazing, except they have a lot of sodium in them and that can cause kidney stones. So, I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place when it comes to drinking. I just need to drink more water. So, changes over the past year. Oh my goodness. 1, I have to use this Miralax every single day. If I don't, I'm in trouble. I know, TMI, right? Okay. Since the weight has come off, they have taken me off a whole lot of medicines. So I take a half a handful now instead of a full handful. Changes over the past year, kidney stones. Oh my gosh, kidney stones. When we moved here to this part of the country in 2010, I had my first kidney stone. And I had them a couple of times, but I was able to pass them. They were painful, but I was able to pass them. And since then, I've had lots of kidney stones. And I pass them, and I don't even realize that I had a kidney stone until you see it in the toilet. I mean, it's been that easy to pass. And it wasn't until March after surgery that I got kidney stones that were too large to pass, that blocked my ureter, causing me to go into possible renal failure. Yeah, it's been bad, very, very bad. So the kidney stones, yeah, that was something awful that I'm probably going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. But I'm working on it. Water, drink your water. Okay, I lost a lot of weight very quickly. So there's a lot of sagging skin that is resolving itself, believe it or not. Like this here used to be very saggy, and it is now just, you can see all of my muscles or ligaments or whatever My stomach, I think it's due to running, and I wear very tight compression when I run because you don't want that skin to sag, to jiggle. It can cause sores. So at one point I thought I would have the bottom part of my stomach removed, but it's actually getting smaller. So I think it's just due to exercise. The flabby skin is resolving itself everywhere but here. I still have a lot of skin here. You know what? It's part of me. It's part of my story. I just don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. I have a little bit on my legs, but it is truly correcting itself because of the exercise, because of all the running that we do. It's just amazing. The other change over the past year is, oh my gosh, the hair loss. The hair loss has been absolutely awful. I already had fine, thin hair to begin with, and now it is really bad, really bad. But I can't really attribute it to the weight loss surgery. I can attribute it to weight loss surgery and 3 more surgeries where you got put under. So, 4 surgeries in a year and my hair is falling out bad. Now, I have new hair coming in, like I have little pieces of hair all over the place. So it's coming back, and I thought about just shaving my head, and I did not. I still have all my hair. It's just very, very, very thin. Then changes over the year are running. We're training for a marathon. I'm going to Disney in January, and I am going to run the Dopey Challenge, which is a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, and a marathon in 4 days. Yeah, I'm so excited, but we've been training hard, and it has just been amazing. So part of the training were some races that we did here in the recent past. One of them was Richmond Marathon Weekend. We did the 8K, and at the very end, we were like a 1/10 of a mile from the finish line. You could hear all the hoopla, and it's a big hill going down, and I face planted on the hill, and I have a black eye, and I don't know, it might be better now, but this is a month out. So yeah, I got a black eye. They thought I broke my finger here. Spent 6 hours in the emergency room. Oh, but first I fell. I got up. I ran the rest of the way. I finished that race and still did better than I did the last time I ran it. But then we went immediately to the medical tent, and the medical tent said, yeah, I think you need an x-ray. So they did 3 CAT scans, 12 x-rays. I was in the hospital 6 hours. They took blood 4 times. Yeah, it was something. And my chest was hurting, so they thought I was having a heart attack, so I had an EKG. It was just a whole gamut of things. The bill, $30,000 for 6 hours in the emergency room. Yeah. But you know what? I'm still running. I'm still running. I have more energy. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. Before I just wanted to sit around and let everybody do everything for me, and that was really difficult because that's not who I am. I have way more energy. I'm up early in the morning, and I go to bed early, and I wake up super early, and I just have way more energy. I'm in less pain, like way less pain, way less pain. Like I'm not taking anything for pain anymore. Yeah, that is amazing. And the smaller clothes over the year, the clothes have gotten smaller and smaller. So, hey, it's easier to pack. I can get more in my suitcase. And people are not recognizing me. So I work for an organization where I see some of the people just 3 times a year. And when I show up, they're like, oh my gosh, do I know you? It's great. I love it. I love it. So I will put up a before and after picture here. And so how much have I lost? So I mentioned earlier, my highest weight was 289 when I first went for my first consult with the bariatric surgeon. And, I did a whole lot of things to lose weight before surgery. And so my starting weight for surgery was 260 pounds. My current weight, drum roll, 134 pounds. I lost from my highest weight. I'm down 155 pounds from the starting weight at surgery. I'm down 126 pounds. Oh my gosh, y'all. I lost more than half of my body weight. More than half. Again, check out the picture. It's crazy. I've gone from a plus size 24 to an 8 in pants. In shirts, I went from a plus size 24 to an extra small top. Oh my gosh. I had to trade my race shirts in for extra smalls, you guys. Extra smalls. My winter coat this year is an extra small. I just can't believe it. I absolutely cannot believe it in 1 year. I'm running regularly and I feel better than I have in 30 years. Yeah. So if I had to do it all over again, would I change anything? Nope, not at all. So I look at the accident that I had in October of 22 as a blessing. Because if that hadn't happened, this ball would not have been rolling, and I would still be unhealthy, unhappy, unenergized, eating my feelings and, whatnot. So that being said, I will tell you that I found out a couple days ago that my dad passed away. And that day I didn't have a good relationship with him. I tried and tried and tried and tried and tried, but I just didn't have much of a relationship with him. And when I was told of his passing, it hit me harder than I thought it would or should. And that day I ate a whole Hershey bar. 5 minutes after I ate it, I immediately regretted it. So not just because it was emotional eating, but because, I felt awful. Just awful. Like I filled my whole stomach pouch with this Hershey chocolate and I just felt awful. So I've learned a lot through this past year. I've learned, emotional eating. I've learned to eat to live and not live to eat. My unhealthy relationship with food is way better than it used to be, because I used to eat my feelings, and that's just not a good thing. Or I had this mentality that if it was here, I had to eat it, and I had to eat it all. And now my body tells me you're done, and I can push my food away, and it's okay. Now there are days when it really bothers me because something is really, really good and I want to keep eating. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It'll be there tomorrow. Heat it up tomorrow and have it again. I'm not much for leftovers, but that's always an option, right? But this weight loss surgery was the best decision for me. It may not be the best decision for everybody, but it was the best decision for me at this point in my life. And again, I am healthier now than I have been in 30 years. I am smaller now than I have been since I was a teenager. I mean, a young teenager. Yeah, I feel amazing. I look good. I went to the nephrologist yesterday and he said, your numbers are the best numbers I've seen all day. He said, I am so proud of you. You're doing just amazing. And now I only have to go once a year instead of every 4 months. So yeah, my chronic kidney disease has corrected itself with massive weight loss. Diabetes has corrected itself with massive weight loss. So I'm no longer diabetic. I'm no longer hypertensive. I'm no longer a CKD patient. I'm no longer at risk for another cardiac event. It's amazing what losing some weight can do. And if you're considering weight loss surgery, go in for a consult and talk with the surgeon. They are very, very open and honest with you. And there are several different weight loss surgeries out there, and they talk to you about them all, and they explain what they do and how they do it. And it's just amazing. It is absolutely amazing. So all of this being said, Do I cheat? Yes. Yes, I cheat. There are days when I really want macaroni and cheese, and pasta's a no-no. And I'll make macaroni and cheese. I'll eat 2 bites and I'm done and satisfied. Do I cheat? Yes, I do cheat. So my birthday's coming up. Hubby and I, we're going to make from scratch birthday cake together. So I only like white cake with buttercream frosting. So that's what we're going to make. And am I going to have cake? Yes, I'm going to have cake. So moderation, moderation, moderation. Stick to the plate. Protein, vegetables, starch. Yes, that's my cake has to fit in here. Protein, vegetable, starch. So one of my favorite things pre-surgery was salad. I loved salad. I don't eat salad anymore because it has 0 nutritional value for me. 0. I am on a high protein, low fat diet. So if it's not protein, it really doesn't do any good to fill my pouch full of things that have 0 nutritional value. Salad for me has 0 nutritional value. The only nutritional value that I might get out of it is fiber, but you know, I have to take this anyways, so that is what it is. So hey, if you have any questions about weight loss surgery or are considering a bariatric option for losing weight, I do still take the Mounjaro weekly because the cardiologist said it has cardiac benefits. So I do still take that for the diabetes that I don't have anymore. So, but if you have any questions or want to know something, you can always message me. My email is down below in the description. Or you can just leave a comment. I'd be happy to answer any questions. It's been an incredible year for some things, and it's been a sad year for others. So, you know, it's been an emotional year, but that did not stop me from reaching my goals. So my first goal was to be 155 pounds. I met that at 6 months. Then I would up it by 10 pounds. And now my goal is 125 pounds and I'm at 134. I have 9 pounds to go. That I just reached that goal here recently. So I'm at the very beginning of that one. And then I think once I hit 125 pounds, I'm done. And I need to talk to my bariatric surgeon about I'm losing too much weight. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments, you know, message me or leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you guys have. And I'll try to keep you updated. It won't be often because, you know, not a whole lot is going on right now. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. Good luck to you all. Have a fab day.